Back, guys. I am here tonight. It's all about the full moon. If you look outside, probably anywhere you are, you're going to be able to see the full moon. I guess depending on if it's clouds or whatever. I saw it earlier and it did peek behind the clouds. But today's going to be a fun chat GPT session when we're going to ask questions and get questions answered about the full moon. So we're going to start right off right now, guys. And if you have any questions, you want to chime in, you want to give us some questions and you need answers, let me know. Also, don't forget, anytime you need questions and answers from ChatGPT, put them in the comments below or send me an email. We're going to get you covered. So let's go. My mom sent me a few questions and then we're going to go back to some of the questions I came up with yesterday. Some of them have audio and some of them I'll probably be reading. So here you go. My mom's questions were, do you think a man really landed on the moon? First, chat boy. Yeah. The first chat GPT answer is, as an AI language model, I do not have personal beliefs or opinions. However, the scientific consensus is that humans did land on the moon during the Apollo missions in the 1960s and 70s, and there is overwhelming evidence to support this claim. So there you go. How far away is the moon from Earth? And the moon is approximately 238,900 miles, and that's 400 kilometers away from the Earth on average. Question number 3. What does it mean for the moon to be in the 7th house? So that's pretty cool. My mom was talking about this earlier. So in astrology, the moon in the 7th house of a natal chart is believed to indicate a strong focus on partnerships, relationships, and marriage. Dawning of the age of Aquarius is a phrase from the song Aquarius, Let the Sunshine In, from the musical Hair. It refers to the astrological concept. Hey, wait, did I do another error? Oh yeah, there you go. That's the question. Is this the dawning of the age of Aquarius? And then it says the dawning of the age of Aquarius is a phrase from the song Aquarius, Let the Sunshine In, from the musical Hair. It refers to the astrological concept of the precession of the equinoxes, which occurs over a 26,000 year cycle and is associated with the zodiac signs. The age of Aquarius is believed by some to represent the time of peace, harmony, and spiritual enlightenment. And then the last one is, does the moon affect the tides? I've always heard that. Yes, the moon does affect the tides on the earth. The gravitational pull of the moon causes the ocean tides to rise and fall in a regular pattern. Now, again, if you heard me in another broadcast, my mom is a writer and she's also a fact finder. So I knew she knew these facts or she was able to find them, but she's working with me. We're doing these blogs, or we're doing the streams with Chat GPT, and just seeing the answers that AI, the language model, comes up with. But one thing my mom has shown me and taught me and mentioned to me, we got to get some facts in here. So I want you to see this right here. I'm going to go up to another question that I put out a video last night, and this guy asked a question and I searched it on Chat GPT, but then I needed another source. Because that's what my mom said. She said, I got to get another source. So I got another source. So let's see if I can find the question that the guy asked me last night. Okay. So he said, why doesn't the moon rotate as it orbits the earth? So this is what ChatGPT said. The moon is actually rotating as it orbits the Earth, but it rotates at the same rate as it orbits the Earth. This means that the same side of the moon always faces the Earth, a phenomenon known as synchronous rotation. Did I say that right, guys? Synchronous rotation, or tidal locking. So what I did was I also searched the same question on Google, and I got this from NASA. So if that's not a good source, I don't know what is. So I said, you know what? I better double check before I give this guy an answer. And moon in rotation, phases, patterns, and more. Does the moon rotate? Does the moon spin on its axis? Yes. The time it takes for the moon to rotate once on its axis is equal to the time it takes for the moon to orbit once around the Earth. This keeps the same side of the moon facing towards the Earth throughout the month. So interesting, guys. Not that I was expecting ChatGPT to be wrong, but again, it says it can give wrong answers. So the guy actually asked that question, and I wanted to make sure he had that answer. So let's continue to read from ChatGPT. Gave a little bit more than NASA here, but I would imagine that NASA has a lot more on this subject. So let's see. A full moon. So this is due to the gravitational pull between the Earth and the moon over time. Over time, the moon's rotation slowed down until it became synchronized with its orbit around the Earth. This is a common phenomenon in the solar system, and many other moons and planets exist synchronous. You got me. Rotation. The effect of this synchronous rotation are seen in the moon's phases. As the moon orbits the Earth, we see different parts of the illuminated side of the moon, which gives rise to the different phases of the moon, from the new moon to the full moon and back again. Overall, the synchronous rotation, the synchronous rotation of the moon is a fascinating phenomenon that has intrigued astronomers and scientists for centuries. It is a testament to the intricate and interconnected nature of the universe. So, you know, they gave a little extra than NASA, and that's good, because that's what ChatGPT does, man. I'm telling you, it's amazing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up here, and then we're going to play some audio, because I like to have fun too. So I want to know some scientific things, and I want to know some factual things, but I also wanted ChatGPT to write a soliloquy for the moon. So let's do this.
Ah, full moon, how you captivate me with your luminous glow. As I gaze up at you in the night sky, I cannot help but feel a sense of wonder and awe. Your bright and beautiful presence illuminates the darkness, casting a spell over all who witness your magic. What secrets do you hold, dear full moon? Are you a harbinger of change, a symbol of renewal, or simply a celestial wonder to behold? Perhaps you are all these things and more, a mysterious and enigmatic force that defies our understanding. As I stand here beneath your radiance, I am filled with a sense of peace and tranquility. Your light seems to wash away the worries and cares of the day, leaving only a sense of calm and serenity in its wake. But even as I bask in your glow, I cannot help but feel a sense of melancholy. For I know that soon you will wane, your brilliance dimming until you are but a mere sliver in the sky. And yet, even as you fade from view, I know that you will return, your cycle unbroken and eternal. Oh, full moon, how you fill me with wonder and longing. Your beauty is a reminder of the vast and mysterious universe that surrounds us, a universe filled with secrets and mysteries waiting to be discovered. And so I stand here, bathed in your light, and wonder what secrets you hold, what mysteries you conceal, and what wonders you have yet to reveal.
Man, don't you love that? A soliloquy. And you know what? I don't remember the true definition of a soliloquy, but I know it was something in a play or in a movie where you're talking and the people are not supposed to hear you, but you're talking like you know they hear you or something like that. So I mean, it's amazing. I love how, and it wrote this in less than like 2 minutes, guys. It wrote that soliloquy in less than 2 minutes. So what I'm going to do next is, what did I ask it yesterday? It says, I told it thank you. And it says, you're welcome. It was my pleasure to express my admiration for the full moon in words. So there you go. And here was something simple, a haiku about the full moon. And if you don't remember, a haiku is, I forgot what haiku is. It's like 5 syllables for the first and third line, and then 7 syllables for the middle line. That's what it is. So let's hear this haiku that ChatGPT did.
Full moon in the sky. Radiant orb of silver light. Nature's lustrous gem. Whoa.
Simple as that. I had to throw some comedy at the end, so that would have been an extra syllable, but she got it right. ChatGPT got it right. So there you go, guys. There is your haiku. And please write a poem about the full moon. So let's go right here. You know what? I'm gonna start putting these things in here. I'm trying to think of the best way to get a system when I want to play stuff. I did live radio like 30 years ago at some points, and we had a system back then. So I'm gonna try to, let's go.
O full moon, how you rise, a luminous beacon in the skies. Your light casts shadows on the land and bathes the world in silver strands. The creatures of the night awake to dance and sing beneath your grace. The tides obey your pull and sway as you wax and wane with each passing day. Your beauty is a sight to see, a wonder of the natural world, free. And as I stand beneath your glow, I am filled with a sense of awe. O full moon, how you mystify, a symbol of the cycles of life, from darkness to light and back again. You remind us of the world's constant spin. So I will bask in your silvery light and marvel at your celestial might. For in your brilliance I see the beauty of the universe free.
How do you like that, man? Listen, you love that. I know you do. So I got it to write a poem about the full moon, and you can too. Like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of things on this channel where you can get some information or get questions or get things done about ChatGPT, and I'll do that for you, or the team will do that for you. So check this out, guys. If you want to write a vision statement for the full moon, here we go. Or write your own vision statement. It wrote it in less than a minute. So let's see if I can find that here. Let's go.
Our vision for the full moon is to inspire a sense of wonder and connection to the natural world. We strive to cultivate a deeper understanding of the moon's significance in our lives, and to honor its cycles as a reminder of the constant ebb and flow of existence. We envision a world where the full moon is celebrated as a symbol of renewal, transformation, and the interconnectedness of all things. Through our appreciation of the full moon, we seek to foster a greater respect and reverence for the natural world, and to inspire a sense of awe and curiosity that encourages exploration and discovery.
There you go, guys. There's the vision statement for the full moon. That could take the full moon to everything it needed to be, whatever that means. But that's fun, man. That's fun. So let's see. What do we have here next? Please give me a detailed understanding about the full moon. So I'm going to skip that one for a minute, and I'm going to say, why do people like the full moon? And the reason, let's see, moon facts. I'm going to Let's go here.
The full moon is a celestial event that occurs when the moon is on the opposite side of the earth from the sun, and the earth is directly between the moon and the sun. During a full moon, the entire illuminated side of the moon is visible from earth, giving it a bright, luminous appearance. The full moon has been observed and celebrated by cultures around the world for thousands of years. In many traditions, the full moon is seen as a powerful symbol of fertility, renewal, and abundance. It is often associated with the cycles of nature, such as the changing of the seasons and the tides of the ocean. The full moon is also a significant event in astronomy. It provides astronomers and space scientists with valuable information about the moon's surface and composition, and is often used as a point of reference for lunar exploration missions. In addition to its cultural and scientific significance, the full moon has been the subject of many myths, legends, and superstitions. Some people believe that the full moon can influence human behavior, causing people to act more erratically or impulsively. Others believe that the full moon is associated with supernatural phenomena such as werewolves, ghosts, and other paranormal activity. Regardless of one's beliefs or perspectives, the full moon is a remarkable and awe-inspiring event that reminds us of the vast and mysterious universe that surrounds us. Its beauty and significance continue to captivate and inspire us to this day.
And you see that, guys? Just ask it a simple question, or a simple question you want a detailed answer. It gives it to you, and that's ChatGPT. That's AI. That's language models, and that's what we do. So we also want to have fun too. And we wanted to see if the moon was made of cheese, and you see how much I wanted to find that out because I did it 4 times. So I'm going to pick one of these and see which one was the best. Let's go right here.
Is the moon made of cheese? No, the moon is not made of cheese. This is a common myth or joke that dates back centuries. The myth likely originated from the appearance of the moon's surface, which has a lumpy, cratered texture that some people may have thought resembled Swiss cheese. In reality, the moon is made up of rock, dust, and other materials. Scientists have studied the moon's composition through a variety of methods, including analyzing samples brought back by the Apollo missions, studying its surface features, and using remote sensing techniques. While the moon is not made of cheese, it remains a fascinating and important object in our solar system and continues to inspire curiosity and wonder in people of all ages.
You love that voice, don't you? Let me tell you how I got that voice. My mom has this program called Revoicer, and I was using it so much that I just had to get it myself, and it was a good thing. So I got that voice from here. I mean, they have a lot of, from English to Ireland, Spanish, German, translating languages, Japanese, Chinese, and I had to get this program because the voices are they're authentic. At least they sound authentic to me, and it was just something that I had to get. So I'm going to move all of these cheeses because I did like 3 or 4 different voices, and I'm gonna put those in there, and then we're going to continue. Listen to this, the moon in Spanish. Now, I'm not sure which one this was, but I want you to hear what Revoicer even does when it comes to translation. This is about 2 minutes. Listen to this. And those that understand and know Spanish, you'll know exactly what it's talking about.
Claro, aquí hay algunos datos importantes sobre la Luna que pueden resultarle interesantes. Tamaño y distancia. La Luna tiene aproximadamente un cuarto del tamaño de la Tierra, con un diámetro de aproximadamente 3.476 kilómetros. También está a unos 384.400 kilómetros de la Tierra. Composición. La Luna está formada por roca, polvo y otros materiales, y tiene una composición similar a la de la corteza terrestre. Fases. La Luna pasa por fases a medida que orbita la Tierra, lo que se debe a su posición cambiante en relación con el Sol. Las fases incluyen la Luna nueva, la Luna creciente, el primer cuarto, la Luna creciente, la Luna llena, la Luna menguante, el tercer cuarto y la Luna menguante. Mareas. La atracción gravitacional de la Luna provoca mareas en los océanos de la Tierra. Las mareas son más altas durante las lunas llenas y nuevas, cuando el Sol, la Luna y la Tierra están alineados. Exploración. la Luna ha sido explorada por humanos y robots. El primer aterrizaje humano en la Luna fue en 1969 como parte de la misión Apolo 11. Desde entonces, se han enviado varias otras misiones para estudiar la Luna, incluidas las recientes misiones chinas Chang'e. Atmósfera. A diferencia de la Tierra, la Luna no tiene atmósfera. Esto significa que no hay aire, ni viento, ni clima en la Luna. Rotación. La Luna tarda la misma cantidad de tiempo en girar sobre su eje que en orbitar la Tierra, lo que significa que el mismo lado de la Luna siempre mira hacia la Tierra. Estos son solo algunos de los muchos datos interesantes sobre la Luna. Como nuestro vecino celestial más cercano, la Luna continúa capturando nuestra imaginación e inspirándonos a explorar y descubrir más sobre el universo.
So that was cool. So I took like 2 years of Spanish part 1 in high school. But what I noticed, first of all, the voice is from Revoicer, and it was translated from the text that I got from here. And I told you I didn't know where I was at, but I heard her say importante, and then I scrolled down, and then I caught up some of the, I think, phases is when I first really realized where I was at. So it was cool to hear that voice and hear the Spanish and not really understand it, but then find some of the English words here and just match it up. That's just me and my personal understanding. So I'm glad that happened for me because I don't know Spanish that well. You know, I'm going to see if this is the English version right here because I was trying to label everything before we started. Let's go.
Sure. Here are some important facts about the moon that you might find interesting. Size and distance. The moon is about 1/4 the size of the Earth, with a diameter of approximately 3,476 kilometers. It is also about 384,400 kilometers away from Earth. Composition. The moon is made up of rock, dust, and other materials, and has a similar composition to the Earth's crust. Phases. The moon goes through phases as it orbits the Earth, which is caused by its changing position relative to the sun. The phases include the new moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, third quarter, and waning crescent. Tides. The gravitational pull of the moon causes tides in the Earth's oceans. The tides are highest during full and new moons, when the sun, moon, and Earth are in alignment. Exploration. The moon has been explored by humans and robots. The first human landing on the moon was in 1969 as part of the Apollo 11 mission. Since then, several other missions have been sent to study the moon, including the recent Chinese Chang'e missions. Atmosphere. Unlike the Earth, the moon does not have an atmosphere. This means there is no air, no wind, and no weather on the moon. Rotation. The moon takes the same amount of time to rotate on its axis as it does to orbit the Earth, which means the same side of the moon always faces Earth. These are just a few of the many interesting facts about the moon. As our closest celestial neighbor, the moon continues to capture our imagination and inspire us to explore and discover more about the universe.
So that's pretty cool. That's also a Revoicer voice. I'm not sure who they are. I have them labeled other places, but you can hear a mixture of the Spanish, Hispanic language, and a mixture of English, obviously. So that was pretty cool. And let's go to Moon and Plants, which is gardening.
The moon has long been believed to influence plant growth and gardening practices. The concept is known as lunar gardening, and it involves timing gardening activities based on the phases of the moon. While there is no scientific evidence to support the idea of lunar gardening, many gardeners still follow these practices and claim to see positive results. Here are some ways in which the moon is believed to help with gardening. Planting. Many gardeners believe that planting during certain phases of the moon can affect plant growth. For example, planting during a full moon is thought to promote above-ground growth, while planting during a new moon is thought to promote below-ground growth. Pruning. Lunar gardening also involves timing pruning activities based on the phases of the moon. Pruning during a full moon is thought to promote healthy growth, while pruning during a new moon is thought to result in slower regrowth. Harvesting. Some gardeners believe that harvesting crops during certain phases of the moon can result in better quality and longer-lasting produce. Harvesting during a full moon is thought to promote flavor and aroma, while harvesting during a waning moon is thought to promote longer shelf life. While there is no scientific evidence to support the practice of lunar gardening, it remains a popular and interesting concept in the world of gardening. Many gardeners enjoy experimenting with different planting and harvesting schedules based on the phases of the moon, and some claim to see positive results. Whether or not you choose to follow lunar gardening practices, the moon remains a fascinating and inspiring celestial object that continues to captivate and intrigue us.
And I tell you, I'm a witness to this. Now, I never followed the lunar gardening practice, but I remember maybe 2 years ago, 2021, I planted a community garden, and we put the plants in very small, just right before the full moon, and it was a lot of rain. It was the full moon and a lot of rain, and they grew, and like just that next week, it was crazy. They were out on like tomato plants falling over and everything, and we were like, "What just happened?" Because we weren't using any fertilizer or anything. The seeds might have had fertilizer in them from where we got them, but we didn't use any. And it was just like, wow, amazing. And we just felt that rain, it was a hard rain that week. And the moon just brought those things up like, wow. So I believe that. So there's that. So let's go. What was that there? A Man on the Moon. This is a story. And then we're going to wrap it up, guys, because I want to never take too long for you guys. Give you about 30 minutes of this fun stuff. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to talk about, just let me know, and we'll do those things. I appreciate you guys.
Once upon a time, there was a man named Alex who dreamed of traveling to the moon. He had always been fascinated by the moon's mysterious beauty and longed to see it up close. One day, Alex decided to make his dream a reality. He spent years studying space travel and engineering, and eventually landed a job at a company that was developing a spacecraft for lunar exploration. After months of training and preparation, Alex finally embarked on his journey to the moon. As his spacecraft approached the lunar surface, he gazed out the window in awe at the breathtaking sight before him. The barren, rocky landscape was illuminated by the soft glow of Earth in the distance, and he felt a sense of both wonder and isolation. As soon as he landed, Alex set to work exploring the moon's surface. He collected samples, conducted experiments, and took countless photographs to document his journey. But he also took the time to appreciate the moon's quiet beauty and to reflect on his own place in the universe. As the days passed, Alex began to feel a deep connection to the moon. He felt as though he had entered a secret world, one that few people had ever experienced. And yet, he knew that he was just a small part of the grand cosmic dance that played out in the universe every day. Finally, it was time for Alex to return to Earth. As he boarded his spacecraft and lifted off from the lunar surface, he felt a sense of bittersweet longing. He knew that he would never forget his time on the moon, and that it had forever changed his perspective on life and the universe. Years later, as an old man, Alex would often look up at the moon and remember his journey. And though he knew he would never return, he felt a sense of gratitude for the opportunity to have witnessed the moon's beauty up close, and to have been a part of the incredible human endeavor of space exploration.
Cool story, guys. Took it less than 2 minutes to write that. I gave it a small prompt. Please write a story about a man on the moon. And there you go. Nice story. And if I said write more about Alex, we're going to do that live before we get out of here. Let's say, tell me a little more about Alex and the moon on his surprise trip back to the moon. I'm just going to make that a capital A, and let's go. Wait a minute. What did that say? It said, I apologize. In my previous response may have caused any confusion, but the story about Alex and his trip with the moon was fictional one that I created. What? I knew that. Earlier in the response of your request for a story, it was not based on any real person or event. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. And this is how AI evolves. And my mom has been talking about this. And I'm going to give my mom a name when she wants me to. But right now I'm going to just say my mom. But it's like, I don't know why it told me that. You know, like maybe it thought I thought it was real. Tell me a little more about Alex and the moon and his surprise trip back to the moon. Don't know. So maybe you guys can understand why it felt it had to tell me that. However, if you would like me to continue the story, I certainly can try. So I'm learning things new every day about ChatGPT, guys. So I'm about to let this go here. I thank you so much for joining us today. Let's see. I'm going to play this last thing and then we'll get out of here. When the full moon occurs.
The full moon occurs approximately once every 29.5 days, when the moon is directly opposite the sun from Earth's perspective. So, the exact date of the full moon varies from month to month. However, the full moon is easy to spot with the naked eye when it is visible in the night sky. It rises in the east as the sun sets in the west and is visible throughout the night. The full moon is typically visible for several days, with the peak of its brightness occurring on the day of the full moon. To determine the exact dates of upcoming full moons, you can consult a lunar calendar or check online for lunar phase calendars that will show you the date and time of the next full moon.
And this is a good one to end on, guys, and because the full moon starts tonight. And I have I closed down that page, but it starts actually tomorrow morning. Let me see if I can find that for you guys. Let's just type it in here. When is the next? You can actually see it right now, but it starts tonight. And let's get right here. So March the 7th. So the next full moon will be on Tuesday, March the 7th, 7:40 a.m. and that's Eastern Standard Time, or 12:40 GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. And it says, but it will appear the night before full, which I saw it tonight, and then the next day. So for all you stargazers, moon gazers, get out there, guys, and enjoy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It's Greg Reese on VIP Guide.